title of my research paper is The Cultural Ornament That Is Wisconsin's Deer Population. My name is Courtney Lilly, and I'm presenting this from our Wisconsin Geography course in the fall of 2021. The purpose of this research was to gain a better understanding of how white-tailed deer came to be a cultural icon in Wisconsin. First, I gathered information on white-tailed deer. They are one of 40 species of deer. They are a member of the cervid family. Other members include moose, caribou, and elk. Wisconsin is home to only one species of deer, the whitetail. At the end of hunting season in 2020, there was a population of nearly 1.6 million. They've been around for more than 2 million years in the area that would become Wisconsin. They're believed to have crossed the Bering Strait land bridge from Eurasia. They prefer heavily wooded areas near clearings and farm fields. As a result, they're most densely populated in southwest and central parts of the state. The inhabitants of Wisconsin have a history with white-tailed deer dating back more than 11,000 years. Early native peoples hunted only for sustenance, offering thanks to the deer's spirit for its sacrifice. As settlers arrived in the 1700s, deers were heavily hunted for their hides. Hides were sent to markets in Europe, and the population was reduced by nearly half. In the early 1800s, whitetails received a brief and unintentional reprieve, as farmland was planted and the deer hide market died off. Once again, they were hunted for market in the mid-1800s, shipped by railroads to New York and Boston. In 1885, the state shipped out 10,000 deer. They completely eradicated these deer in some southern parts of the state. By 1856, Janesville reported having no white-tailed deer. The deer population began to grow in the North Woods as logging created more clearings and hospitable woods. Regulations began being implemented in 1851. However, they were mostly unenforced until the early 1900s, due to the state only having 4 wardens. The enforcement and implementation of these regulations rapidly increased in the first decades of the 1900s. Currently, the Wisconsin white-tailed deer population is facing overpopulation. This risks biodiversity of plants and insects, which could never recover. It also increases car collisions and crop damage. Declining numbers of hunters in the state make it difficult to manage the population. Hunters in Wisconsin peaked in 1996 at just over 800,000. They've been in a steady decline ever since. Chronic wasting disease is another problem facing the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources and the white-tailed deer population. It's a neurological disease identified by symptoms like drooling, stumbling, severe emaciation, and lack of awareness. The first confirmed case in Wisconsin was in 2002. It's believed to spread through bodily fluids, and it's almost always fatal. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources has implemented new transportation regulations for deer carcasses harvested within the state to prevent spreading of chronic wasting disease into areas that are currently not exposed. They have also implemented new regulations for deer harvested outside of the state being transported across state lines. They have also set up several sampling stations across the state. There is a hotline to report deer exhibiting symptoms and large numbers of deceased deer. My research utilized many resources. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources website proved to be a great resource. It offered many graphs, maps, and several contacts if needed. I highly recommended this source to anyone who is interested and looking to gain more information on the topic. I also utilized several published research journals that I found through the Web of Science. I also read the book On the Hunt, The History of Deer Hunting in Wisconsin by Robert Wilgate. It's available in the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire Library if you're interested. Through this I learned that white-tailed deer are an amazing creature, outliving predators like the saber-toothed cat and dire wolves, adapting as glaciers formed and receded. They've shared a complex history with the people of Wisconsin. They've had ruthless hunters bear down on them with poison, snares, and dogs. They've also provided food and materials to the people of Wisconsin for thousands of years. They're a constant in every great milestone of the state. Truly one of Wisconsin's first and only remaining initial inhabitants. They are well deserving of the permanent spot in Wisconsin's culture, past, present, and future. I hope this research helps continue the appreciation for the state's white-tailed deer. I know it helped me find a greater appreciation. Thank you. I now will provide you with a moment to look over my sources.